task the stockbrokers and industry analysts. We developed a 4-part solution to the problem, which Tosal will present.
We're going to tap into the marketing mix, and that will include the price, promotion, product, and place. For place, he's going to move into a more expensive, like city-wise environment, and with like a professional aspect, so he'll attract prospective customers and give them the right image.
The consulting business is all about image. He has to look like a successful businessman that can run himself if he wants to attract companies that themselves want to be successful. He needs to find a real place where he's going to look as professional and as established as possible.
For price, we're going to start off with expensive products, since he wants to come off with the image that he's very skilled. For the 15 years of experience he's had, we want to attract big companies like Aflac or some big big name companies in the city, in Madison, Milwaukee, so to give off the right image for him.
We need to establish a price line that's going to be able to provide him the utmost of services and the newest about technology and equipment to revitalize the corporations, as well as they're not going to look like they're hiring a cheap consultant off the street. He needs to emphasize that he does have 15 years of experience and that he has worked internationally and that he himself is a resource and should be compensated for his own scarcity in the economic environment.
To promote himself, he doesn't need TVs or anything. He could go into a charity, start off a charity organization, and maybe have a professional luncheon with business prospectors in the cities that he's going to give off the right image for himself.
Because an overly wide marketing strategy focused on billboards or TV advertisements is going to be really raining on deaf ears of the public who are not in the position to hire a consultant for their own home business. Instead, he needs to have highly targeted charity focuses. This is going to make him look like an involved member of the community, as well as going to prove to the corporations that he is capable of hosting and organizing large-scale events.
Also, he should also just focus on modernizing the products, not just making like such big changes. He's very into subtle changes. He doesn't want to make anything dramatic.
In conclusion, we believe that the training and consulting firm that this man has owned can be extremely successful if he just focuses on the 4 Ps, improving his place of business, increasing the price to bring in the large fish corporations, creating promotion via community and charitable events that are going to showcase his talents as an organizer, and bringing out a product that is going to be suitably technologically advanced to attract the big name corporations.
Is that concluded?
That concludes our presentation. If you have
Yes,
any
very
questions.
good, very good. I want y'all to pause just for a minute.
Sure.
Look where you're standing right now. You started out up here.
Oh.
You started backing away and backing away. And I just got tickled. You step back, and you step back, and you step back, and you tickled it. I thought you did very well. Body language is huge. Okay. Tosal. I'm sorry, Tosal. When you would come in after you got finished speaking, and what? Tell me your name again.
Robert.
Robert. Sorry, Robert. Robert, you did a great job in speaking, and when Tosal would come, and it was Tosal's turn, she would look at you and she would talk, and then right before, I mean, there was a lot of body movement, like she was backing up what you were saying, which is good because y'all are a team coming in to tell that. So I need you to do the same thing to her. Give a little body limit. You got a whole lot to remember, and you did well in memorizing it all. But don't let that get you. I know you're under a time limit. Don't you'll have like maybe 10 minutes or something? 7 minutes. Has anybody timed it?
6 to 7. Oh, I didn't have.
You had like 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, okay. And that was like I had 30-second period for when I changed to batteries, so it was around 3 or 4 minutes. So it needs to be longer.
Yeah, it needs to be longer. So have a little pause in there between there.
We'll have Reg too, so he has to have his part.
And I will tell you at the very end, you got through and you were almost about to forget that last line, and you smiled, and that was as you collected your thoughts. Do that in between each little phase that you're doing, because you're giving a lot of information and you're doing really well on enunciating certain words and putting emphasis on those, and that kept my attention. But there was also a whole lot that you said, so make sure that there's a little pause in between each little section, and say things like, and now for this next thing, we feel that he should do this. And for the next thing, I believe this. Let there be like a break or a little bit more of a transition, because it's a whole lot of information, and you're speaking well, both of you are, but it's a whole lot of information that's sort of running all together in my mind. Now, granted, I'm not a business person, so I haven't keyed in on certain things, but your that presentation needs just to have a little better transition, not so cluttered. And the other thing, I know you got your shirts on, your coats on today, and so y'all were doing your arms or whatever. Just kind of practice with the idea, and as you get nervous, you do want to move around, so just, you can talk with your hands or something like this, but just try to refrain your movements or keep them just into this part here. Can you have note cards?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I know with you having your note card in front was not nearly as distracting as yours, because you would start to go, and you did like that. You were trying really hard not to use them, and that's great. But nerves get the best of both of us, and if they're allowing you to have them, just keep them right here, because your whole body movement of going, it was a lot more distracted than she going. Okay, so keep it at a minimum like that. But I thought you did really well, and I want you to. I can tell that y'all practiced. I just want you to come in and show that teamwork. Not that I'm saying my part and I have a pause in my breath so she knows to come in and say her part. No, like you're coming, like you agree with each other. Yes, and you're very enthusiastic. Yes, and next we believe, and yes, and we think also in addition to that they should do this, and you're standing and you're using your hands, those types of things. That gives a very good body language approach to the whole deal. You look very confident, and I thought what you said was great. Now, unfortunately, I don't know enough to ask any questions, but the body language, that to me, that was the only thing that was wrong with your presentation. Okay, just react to her, and she react to you, and y'all two as a team show those judges what you got, and that's a good thing. Okay, all right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.